Welcome to our channel. Since ancient times, humans have sought ways to measure the passage of time. Today, we will dive into the history of the invention of the clock and its evolution. Long before clocks as we know them existed, humans had already started measuring time in various ways. One of the first methods used was the sundial, which was used by ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans to divide the day into hours. The sundial relied on the position of the shadow cast by an obelisk or a stick on the ground. However, this device only worked during the day and when the sky was clear. The true breakthrough in timekeeping came during the Middle Ages. The invention of mechanical clocks was the next major step. These clocks, which appeared in Europe around the 13th century, didn't rely on the sun or stars but on mechanisms of gears, wheels, and weights. The earliest versions didn't have hands but used bells that rang to mark the hours. Though not portable, these clocks were installed in church and town hall towers, serving the entire community. In the 16th century, mechanical clocks began to take a smaller, more accessible form. The first known pocket watch was created in 1505 by the German craftsman Peter Henlein, from Nuremberg. Although its design was not as precise as modern clocks, it was a groundbreaking achievement for the time. Henlein, an innovative watchmaker, perfected a mechanism that made the clock small enough to be carried in the pocket. This pocket watch was known as the drum clock due to its shape. How did the wristwatch come into everyday life? Although the wristwatch is mainly associated with the 20th century, its origins date back to the 19th century. The wristwatch is attributed to the Swiss watchmaker Abraham Louis Breguet, who is famous for his innovations. Breguet invented the wristwatch in 1810 for Napoleon's wife, Josephine Bonaparte. However, this watch wasn't very common, as it was considered more of a luxury accessory for women. But the wristwatch gained popularity in the early 20th century when the military saw its advantages during World War I. Soldiers needed to keep their hands free to operate their weapons, but they also needed to know the exact time to coordinate attacks and maneuvers. It was during this time that wristwatches began to be adopted on a large scale, especially in the military. After the war, wristwatches became a fashionable accessory for both men and women, and companies like Rolex, Omega, and Longines began making more robust and precise wristwatches. In 1969, Seiko, a Japanese company, revolutionized the market with the invention of the quartz watch, a device that used the oscillations of quartz crystals to keep time with remarkable accuracy. Quartz watches were much cheaper to produce than mechanical ones, and their accuracy was far superior. This allowed watches to become mass-produced worldwide and turned them into an accessible accessory for nearly everyone. Later, in the 21st century, smartwatches entered our lives, allowing us not only to tell the time but also to monitor our health, communicate, make payments, and much more. So, the next time you check your watch, remember that you're not just looking at the time, but at centuries of history, innovation, and perfection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell for more fascinating stories about technology and history. See you next time.